that made me so happy, and I just do that. And if I could do that 4 hours, 4 hours at a stretch, I'd be just happy as a clam. And that's when I realized, lo and behold, by then it was my late 40s, that I was actually a blues person. But I never knew that. I just absolutely never knew that because I mixed in so many other kinds of music over, my learning years.
Right.
So I never realized till pretty late, pretty late there, that I was actually a blues person. Who knew, But
not even you, obviously.
Not even, yeah. But I do believe that, although other people would say I'm not. There are those people, the naysayers, who would say no because because like I can go into a ballad, and God forbid, maybe a ballad that I wrote that's got some what we call ice cream changes in it, or something, and but I think it's just got to get down to being music. People, it's just music, we all just have the music we love.
Right.
I've also found a lot of people have a very funny perception of what blues is in America. A lot of people, I'll tell them I'm a blues musician, and they'll go, "Oh, I know, I don't like that kind of stuff," and they don't know what it is at all. They think it's music about sad or something.
Oh.
And I said, well, it's not really like that at all. I said, it's, in my opinion, it's more of a beautiful music that's happiness. It may be about a sad topic, but at the end of the night, you feel really good,
Mm-hmm. Right.
We're not a bunch of masochists down there,
No.
So that's my take on it.
Well, people these days, and I think it's better this way, don't necessarily mark their music as any certain genre because it can cross over to, different genres.
Yeah.
And so it's, it's basically untitled. It's just a song. And
right.
That's it. So that's a good thing, that it's changing that way.
Yeah.
Now, you've won a few awards for your music, like the LA Music Awards for Blues Artist of the Year and also an award for excellence. How does that feel to get recognition like that from the industry and not just the fans?
Well, that was a lot of fun. There was a period of time, and this happened in my late 40s, and I mention that because I want to encourage other women in particular, but men too, if they're out there and they're thinking, hey, I'm 35 and I'm just a guitar slinger, that I really started to get going in my 40s in terms of kind of coming into my own. Is it more difficult? Yes, because the one disadvantage I've noticed about the age thing is that as you get older, fewer of your friends go out.
No, yeah, that's true.
And so, that's a real bitch because you're like going, can you come out? My set's at 10 o'clock. And they're like, I go to bed at 8:30. It's like, oh, come on. But I got all these awards. I got a lot of awards in my 40s, and it was almost, I was really happy about it, and
right.
And it was like, wow, this is sort of interesting, after all this time. And the awards did help a lot because they helped people have confidence, in my bio and have confidence to come out and hear me. And
exactly.
I think it ultimately sort of started to get on a roll where I could get famous people to come play with me and things like that. So
Wow. Well, congratulations on all that. No matter what age you were, it's always great to get recognition.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'd like to play a song and then have you tell us a little about the album and the song, and I'm going to play Come Up and See Me Sometime.
Okie doke.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
up and see me sometime. Come up and see me sometime. Come up and see me sometime. Come up and see me sometime. If you're lonely, come up and see me. Come up and see me sometime. If you're lonely, baby, come up and see me sometime. Come up and see me sometime. If you're lonely, come up and see me. Hey, come up and see me sometime.
And that was Come Up and See Me Sometime by Peach. Tell us about that song. How did you come up with it, and about the album it comes from?
Well, that particular song was actually written by a couple of friends of mine. And on my record, which was produced by a man named Marty Greb, who is a dear friend of mine, and Marty Greb was in the band The Buckinghams back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if any of you remember the Buckinghams, but
Oh, definitely. Mm-hmm.
yeah, and then Marty worked with Bonnie Raitt for many, many years, and so Marty and I decided we were going to make this record for me, and we just got a whole bunch of tunes by ourselves. You know, Marty's a songwriter, I wrote, and then we collected songs from a bunch of our friends. And this was one that I really, really liked a lot, by Danny Timms and Jody Siegel. So we just and then we recorded them all. And then I had originally thought I would, weed out some of the songs, and we'd only put like 9 on a CD, but we ended up keeping all the songs because we just got all attached to all the songs. But I really like that song, and I play that song in all my concerts. It's one of my go-to songs.
Mm-hmm.
So
it's a good upbeat song, and I have to say that the first thing that comes to mind when I hear the title of the song is Mae West.
Yeah. And me too. So maybe we were just channeling Mae West on that.
Right.
Yeah, and the guitar solo on there, by the way, was Amos Garrett, who was the guitar player that played with Maria Muldaur for many years, who did the guitar solo Midnight at the Oasis. And Amos came down and did this recording with me. He lives in Canada. So he's got a really unique sound where he does the bendy note thing, but he will literally bend like 2 notes or more at the same time in his left hand. We're all circus animals, okay?
Yeah.
So it was just like, he's got a really unique sound. It's just the coolest thing, and most guitar players would say, God, that's a familiar guitar player, and that's Amos Garrett, yeah.
Wow, I love the guitar acrobatics. Now, is the band that you recorded with the band that you do live gigs with as well?
Well, my band's sort of morph, and the band I'm playing with now actually the drummer is the drummer on most of the tracks of this record, James Gadsden. So he's on my gigs now, and Joey Delgado sometimes plays guitar with me, but a lot of the people I play with, are kind of high-profile working musicians, and they go on these tours with the big money. And so when they leave, we just slip in somebody else.
Gotcha.
So my current band is a pianist, keyboardist named Ken Stange, and my bass player and music director is Del Atkins, and Del is he's currently also plays with the Pointer Sisters, and he currently, I think, plays with James Ingram. But So Dell
Nice.
comes in and out, but Dell's been my right-hand man. I feel my theory of band management is if the bass player and I know the song, excuse me, we can get through it.
Right.
Regardless, we can power through it. Regardless of the rest
That's
of
the
the people.
foundation right there. Foundation of the band.
But that's who I'm playing primarily with right now.
Absolutely. Now, have you got any gigs coming up or anything that'll take you out of the LA area?
My current gigs are in LA. I've got a gig coming up on July 24th at a place called Home in Beverly Hills. It's a club, the House of Music and Entertainment on Camden Drive, and they're all posted on my website, peach.us. Then I'm back in Venice, California, August 15th, and I'm on the bill of a blues festival September the 8th in Orange County at the Anaheim House of Blues on the main stage, and that's the Real Blues Festival of Orange County. So that's my current postings.
Nice. Have you played festivals before? Big gigs with lots of other bands?
I kind of have, and I've always been like the opener. That is my fate. I'm always the opener, and I always take in these really heavy swinging bands, and we just go in there and kick ass. And I've done a lot of festivals, and I usually play right before the main act. I think usually because I'm a woman, and usually the main act is a guy, and so they like to have a woman, open for the guy.
Oh,
so,
okay.
It's like girl, boy. Oh,
yeah.
There's the opening act. That's a guy, so we'll put Peach right there,
Well, hopefully that earns you a lot of new fans if you're right before the act that people came to see.
It's a nice place
Right.
to be because you get a full house. I mean, I've opened for